Hey everybody, I'm glad to see you came back. It's been a couple of weeks and I was afraid I might have lost you in the translation there. This is the Foxish bringing back I Played a Thing, Revelations Persona Edition. Sorry I didn't get to you guys last week. I did promise to actually do a little leveling up and unfortunately in the shuffle, it never actually got done. So I tried doing it this week and then I found out, charmingly enough, Persona seems to not really let you do any sort of level grinding. It works against you, counter position. So, unfortunately, I got a little bit, but hopefully I'm strong enough to do the CBEC Corporation. For those of you who've forgotten when last we left, our party is standing in the secret corridors of the CBEC factory warehouse, trying to sneak into the back to deal with Guido and the data machine that's tunneling demons into the city of Lunarvale. Let's get it on. What I found out while I was actually trying to level grind, I just actually got my butt handed to me in that last fight, so let's use Mary to heal up a little bit. Experience doesn't seem to flow very quickly, so lying around and grinding a lot really serves no real benefit. The levels seem to curve with where you are, so if you're fighting consistently, you'll gain experience and you won't have as much trouble. What we're looking for are the two levers. Yes, you want to pull this lever. These are really kind of hard to find. They're not marked or anything. And what they do is sort of debatable. What they did in this case was this spot right there should be right about in the middle. That was actually a closed off section. The two switches open up further sections of the warehouse and allow you to slowly push towards the back, which is where you want to be. The entrance to the CBEC Corporation proper is in the extreme back. Alright. One of the best tools they've got, I'm showing a fight here, I'm not going to show this whole thing, is Analyze, which actually tells you the hit points, the spell points, stats, weaknesses, everything about the enemy you're fighting. Very useful. Not useful in boss fights because you have to have fought something at least once, but there's no spell or anything, you just sort of know. So I'm going to pause out of this one, I'll be back. And we return, and Leo happily gained himself a level, which is always an awesome event. Levels are extremely important. Somebody asked me offline why exactly I haven't shown any shops or any equipment purchasing, and why everybody seems to be just using the stuff I found laying around on the street. That would be because there are no stores at this point in the game. They come around later. Right now, the only equipment you have is the equipment you find. There's some really good stuff actually in CBEC Corporation offices, which is why I'm really dying to get in there and see what's up in the lockers. You may notice I'm going into every dead end, poking around. Yeah, at times you really do want to not try to avoid combat and try and map the environments as best you can, because not knowing where you're going can come back and get you, causing out a fight. And we're onward bound. I'm not going to keep showing this little stubs of fight. I'm forgetting to actually hit the pause recording key before I go in there. Persona tends to reward you for fighting ridiculous amounts of combat by giving you the levels you're actually going to need to continue on. Oh, look, it's the lever. Let's pull it. I like pulling levers. That's how you create monsters and stuff, you know? Frankenstein pulled a lever and he became a movie star. Well, the monster did anyway. For those of you who were paying attention to such things earlier in the year, you may have remembered I mentioned the impending release of the all-new Persona 3 FES edition from our happy friends at Atlas, who are finally getting the American expanded version of Persona 3. That actually came out this past week, and immediately shot to number 9 on Amazon sales charts. It's actually been a huge seller. They're amazing. They're having trouble keeping it in stock. It's been so popular. Now, in turn, this means that I actually didn't get my copy because, unfortunately, they were not able to meet the pre-order demand. So, I'm still waiting, and I hate you people who already have yours. By the way, that's the end of the warehouse. What do we have here? An herb. Not an hero. And Rabidolin, or however it's pronounced, is actually the same as herb. It just does a little more healing than the herbs do. Herbs, no, I'm not going to keep calling them herbs. It's kind of difficult to tell which way is out, which way is in. But that actually should end the factory segment. It's not a very long segment, the factory warehouse. The office building is far, far more involved. Welcome to Spec Corporate Offices. Now, we're about to see the first of a certain kind of room. We haven't seen one of these in Dungeon because it hasn't really been necessary. Yup. The ferry. Hi, Kelly. I suppose greed is good. In this case, I'm not going to because I'm not that beat up. She sounds like some of the cats from Golvelia's. Why did you call me? I don't know. Give me monies. And over in this room is combat, apparently. Kelly rooms are useful if you're desperate to actually get yourself recovered. She's free healing, I mean, but then so is Mary's cure spell. So why exactly you would fret and suffer over getting to a Kelly room? Well, if Mary dies, or if for whatever reason MP runs very, very low, or you're in one of the many situations where you don't have Mary, and most of the cure spells are female only. So if you don't have Mary, Ellen, or Alana, you aren't going to be able to equip them as a general rule. Let's save here because it's been quite a bit of time. There we go. Yeah, notice the difference. Over 2 hours. Abusing save states for the win. I don't generally do that, and I don't plan to do it again. So. Now, you may have already come to the sudden conclusion that this place has been corrupted. You'd be right in that assumption. Very right. Ow. Ladies and gentlemen, first trap of the game. They get marked on your full map, but not your mini-map, so you have to remember that's there. I'll hit it again just to demonstrate. Those generally just do some degree of damage. It can be severe depending on who we're talking about and how much damage they may have already taken. Mary's Trap Cure allows you to cancel a map trap. She simply stands there and goes, Trap Cure, and it's not there anymore. As with the hospital and the police station and the school, you want to go in every single room, everywhere. Yes, you are. These are elevators. They work just like the elevator that we just saw. That small, tiny room in front of the trap is an elevator. So this room actually has absolutely no purpose. It's the reception area. You can take the elevator if you'd like. Or maybe not. I remember those working. Technology. It makes me sad inside. Well, that's all there is on this particular floor, so we're going to have to go up one way or the other. Now, I'm obsessive. I go through everything on every floor, so I'm of course going to go immediately to the second floor. Well, that fight went fast and spectacular. I almost kind of wish you could have been there to see it. Things went better than normal. An office. Now, unlike the lockers in the hospital and the police station and such, these actually open. These act as the treasure chests for this level. So, Kevlar vests, 9mm gun, AK-47, shotgun shell. Now, we're about to run headfirst into one of the most complex and irritating parts of Persona, figuring out who can use what. There are no indicators on a particular weapon to indicate who can use it, and still exits completely out. So, for instance, with that 9mm gun, who can use it? What you have to do is just take it and try it on everybody, because everybody gets one category of gun. Some people share them, but most of them are specific. For instance, in this case, the 9mm is a pistol, so Mary gets it. The M16 is a long rifle, so Nate gets it. How would you know that otherwise? You wouldn't. Alright, and we're going to give Nate the shotgun shells to increase his fire damage. Now, the two guys in the front are going to get the Kevlar vests. That would be Leo and Mark. The game goes out of its way at this point to give you better equipment all the way around. So, exploring the offices will get you that equipment. We're at the 10-minute mark, actually 10 and a half here, so I'm going to call it right now. And we'll be back again with, I believe, part 14 of I Played a Thing, Persona Edition. See you then.